Hi, welcome to SBR Foreign Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 8 in college football, and we are talking right now with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com. We're going to discuss the USC Notre Dame game. Very interested to hear what he has to say about this, and I know that Steve is having a great year at his site. Steve, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you for having me back, Peter.
All right, before we get into USC Notre Dame, give a plug for collegefootballwinning.com.
At collegefootballwinning.com, all we do is college football. It's our focus. 365 days of the year. We offer a money-back guarantee, 100% money-back guarantee on the entire season. So far this year, for our algorithmic picks, and we're a company that's founded on picking games algorithmically. We're 72% against the spread this year. So I think it is definitely time for people to join us. And if they want to, and they're watching this video, they can enter coupon code SBR20 and they will get 20% off of any membership that we're offering right now.
USC Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame's a 3-point home favorite, totals 50.5. Notre Dame, of course, off the bye. USC, of course, a second game off of the Lane Kiffin firing. Now, I looked at this line when it first came out. I was all over Notre Dame. I got it at 2.5. I took the opening line. But we know that Notre Dame, they should have had maybe a better defense this year than they've had so far, but maybe that'll improve. Having some problems in the passing game, though. USC, having kind of an underwhelming year, but it's starting to make me a little bit nervous because when you have a team that sort of gets rejuvenated after a coach gets fired, they're talking about how they're a big family now. I don't like betting against teams that are families, Steve. You know what I mean? When a team starts talking about, oh, my players are my brothers, that's my cousin over there at the left guard, I start to get that's not a team that I want to bet against, and that is what we have here maybe with USC. I mean, USC always they have the same players that they had in the beginning of the year, but they always get talented players. Now maybe things have turned a major corner. Maybe they've made a 180 after the firing. So as of right now, I'm on Notre Dame minus 2.5, but if you tell me that you like USC here, I'll definitely hedge out of it. What do you like here, Steve?
I'm going to talk you off of that Notre Dame position right here.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. They're saying it right now. They've had a one-game season. They're 1-0 straight up, 1-0 against the spread since Ed Orgeron has taken over. Almost everything has changed at USC, even though the coaching staff won't put it that way. The evidence suggests that almost everything has changed there, and that's a good thing, as you said, given how lackluster USC's performance has been the last couple of years. But so we're not going to judge the USC side just based on one game, but looking at the last 11 years at USC, they're 62.5% against the spread when they're away underdogs, like they are in this matchup. They're 60% against the spread the last 11 years when they are away and they're getting a minority of the public betting. Right now, 2/3 of the bets are coming in on Notre Dame to just 1/3 coming in on SC. So it looks like USC is going to be the minority side here, which is good for SC backers. Now, Brian Kelly, you and I talked about this in our off-season preview of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame is an absolutely terrible against the spread home team. That is a fact. Fourth-year head coach Brian Kelly has not changed that fact at Notre Dame at all. In fact, he is 31.58% against the spread at home. And that's not Brian Kelly's fault. Like I said, Notre Dame, terrible against the spread team at home. Before he got there, they were 34.78% the 7 years before Brian Kelly even got there. So that should be your conclusion there, that you pretty much need a preponderance of evidence to suggest that Notre Dame is going to beat the spread at home, and we do not have that in this game. Now, as for the football side of things, or more toward the football side of things, I think there's more pressure on Notre Dame in this game, especially on quarterback Tommy Rees at home, who has been dubbed by a lot of Notre Dame faithful as Turnover Tommy. Now, one of the keys here is rushing differential. So when Notre Dame is outrushed under Brian Kelly, and they have been 16 times, they are 28.57% against the spread. That's obviously just an abysmal number. Now, USC has outrushed all of their opponents except for Arizona State. Why did Arizona State outrush them in Lane Kiffin's last game? A lot of that was quarterback Taylor Kelly for Arizona State, who's very mobile. He accounted for more than 30% of the rushing yards. And in fact, USC in recent years has struggled against teams that have running quarterbacks, and that's not always manifested in the rushing yards. Oftentimes, you can see it just in the escape ability of those quarterbacks to just duck under that initial pressure, use their feet when they're flushed out of the pocket, and complete passes. And that's what happened to USC last week against Arizona. USC's defensive coordinator, Clancy Pendergast, he's got an attacking style 3-4 defense. It's sort of like feast or famine with them. That's led to USC being ranked 6th, both in tackles for a loss and sacks in the country. And escapability is not Tommy Rees's forte at Notre Dame. This is not a fleet-footed guy. Now, I expect to see more of quarterback Andrew Hendricks for Notre Dame, who's a second in command there. And he's more mobile, but he's no Taylor Kelly, and he's not Arizona's quarterback B.J. Denker. So favor USC there once again. USC's rushing offense, if we're looking at that rushing differential and how important that is, they're number 31 in the country, only getting better. Notre Dame's ranked 92nd in the country. USC's rushing defense is 16th in the country. Notre Dame's is also very good at 21st, but rushing differential definitely favors USC. On top of that, Notre Dame looks to be without starting linebacker and their co-leading tackler, Jared Grace. He should be out for this game. Marquise Lee is listed as probable. He didn't play last week against Arizona. All in all, we like USC getting at least a field goal.
All right, well, we will see where this line closes, where the sharp action winds up coming in, if any. I'm convinced, though. Steve liking USC +3 over Notre Dame. Thanks, Steve.